Welcome to your virtual career day. My name is Sarah Schifano, and I have been invited to participate in your career day to talk with you about my career, which is as a realtor. A realtor is a person who helps people like you or your parents or your grandparents buy or sell a home. Buying or selling a house isn't something that people do very often, so my job is to make it go smoothly. My name again is Sarah Schifano. Here's my business card. I have been a realtor for 15 years, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. I get to work with all kinds of people. I get to know people and their families and their situations, and I really get to help them move on to a new chapter in their lives, because moving or buying a home is always a new chapter for people. That's how people get to know their neighbors and have their community, and it's usually an exciting time for folks, and I really enjoy being a part of that process. When you buy a shirt, you think about what size you need, what colors you like, how comfortable it is. It's sort of like my buyer clients who are looking for a house. So when I'm helping people buy houses, they think about a lot of different things. They think about the size of the house that they want, maybe the location, what kind of yard it might have, what's nearby. So those are the things that I help people talk about, and I help people figure out what they want, and I help people find exactly what they want. When I help people find a home to buy, I start by listening. So I listen to what's important to them. Once I find a few options for my clients that are a good fit, we drive around and I take them to see the houses in person. We decide which one is the best, and then I help them buy it. There are a lot of steps in that process. I work with inspectors and lenders and attorneys, and once all the steps are complete, my clients get the keys to the house and can start moving in. These are a few examples of homes that I've helped my clients buy. They're really close to your school, so you might recognize some of them. I wanted to see if you guys might be able to help me for a little bit. I want to tell you about 3 of my clients. They're not my real clients, but they're very similar to people that I work with. So I want to tell you about 3 of my clients, and then I'm going to tell you about 3 properties. And if you listen closely for the clues that I share with you about the people, maybe you can help me see what property would be the best fit for what the client is looking for. Megan is 28 years old, and she's been working really hard in her advertising job to save up money to buy her first home. She lives by herself with her lovable dog, Gruff, and her sister sometimes visits from out of town. She likes to have her friends over for dinner, and Gruff enjoys meeting other dogs and going for walks in the neighborhood where they have been renting. This is the Lee family. Mr. Lee is a police officer, and Mrs. Lee works at the local hospital. They have 2 girls and are expecting a new baby. When they aren't working, they like to spend a lot of time outdoors and gardening, and the girls like to play soccer. They're so busy at work, they're hoping to find a home that is quiet and peaceful with a lot of privacy. My 3rd clients are Mr. and Mrs. Dodd. They've recently retired and are looking for a home that doesn't have any stairs because Mrs. Dodd is having trouble with them lately. They would like a nice view since they spend a lot of time at home and indoors and don't want to have to worry about taking care of a yard or other maintenance. When I'm talking to clients, I'm always learning about them and trying to think about what kind of home might they like. I listen to their clues. So, can you remember any clues from the clients that I just told you about? Now I'm going to look at 3 different homes, and maybe you can remember the clues and think what might be the right home for each one. This home sits on a country road with about 5 acres of land, which is almost the size of 4 football fields. The house has 3 bedrooms and an office, plus a large garage. The kitchen is bright and looks over the big backyard. You can hear lots of birds chirping and see deer in the field next door. This is a condo in a golf course community. There's a ramp or stairs that can be used to get into the apartment. Inside are 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, all on the same level. There's a screen porch in the back and a fireplace in the living room. The owners here only have to take care of the inside of the home. This is a townhome with 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It is in a community with sidewalks and a community swimming pool and playground. The first floor has a large open living room, a big kitchen and dining area, as well as an outdoor patio in the back. The second floor has the bedrooms and bathrooms, as well as a washer and dryer. So think about those 3 houses that we just saw and the 3 clients that I told you about. What would you choose for each one? Did you choose the townhome for Megan, the golf condo for Mr. and Mrs. Dodd, and the country home for the Lee family? If those were your choices, great job. Those would have been mine as well. Now, if you remember earlier, I said that there were two parts of my job. I just talked to you about how I work with buyers. And does anyone remember the other part of my job? It's working with sellers. These are some homes that I've helped my clients sell. These are all in your school area, and one is actually right across the street. When I'm working with a seller, I do different things than when I'm working with a buyer. So when I'm working with a seller, what I'm doing oftentimes is helping them get their house so that it's a ready to sell property. Every home is unique. Think about the home where you live. What's special about it? Do you have a one-of-a-kind reading nook tucked in under the stairs? Do you have a beautiful kitchen? Do you live in a great location where you can easily get to school or the library? These are all things that might be unique about your house. And these are things that when I'm helping you sell your house, I would want to talk about, and I would want to make sure other people knew how special your house was. When I'm working with sellers, I help them price their home properly. I help them make it look its best. I take professional photographs. I put a sign in the yard, and I share it on the internet so that everyone will know that it's for sale. I make flyers that I can hand out. This is an example of a flyer that I recently made. So I take my photographs, I take my nice description, and I make a flyer out of it. Sometimes we do what's called staging. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of rooms that have staging done and then rooms that don't. These two pictures show the same room before and after some staging. So the bottom one has an additional comforter, some area rugs, wall hangings, and the furniture has been rearranged. Which one's more inviting to you? Here you can see two pictures of the same kitchen. One has the lights on, a couple little plants and decorative items, and the other doesn't. Again, what makes the better first impression? Here is a room that definitely could use some staging. What things would you do to make this room look great in a photograph? When someone decides that they want to buy the house I'm helping my client sell, I review their offer with the seller and I help them make a good financial decision. I help them through the whole process until the magical day when they hand the keys over to the new owners and they get their money from the sale of the home. Does all of this sound interesting to you? As I mentioned before, one thing I love about being a realtor is that I get to work with all sorts of different people, typically at that exciting time in their lives. I also enjoy being able to see all different kinds of homes. I see very creative projects, I see good ideas, I see decorating techniques, and sometimes I get to see really fancy homes too. When I'm working, I use a lot of skills that you're learning in school already. I use writing skills, I use communication skills, I use math skills, I use computer skills. So all of those things are important in what I do every day. I think some of the other skills that are helpful in being a great realtor are being able to work with people, asking and answering questions, which everyone can do. Having patience and good listening skills, that's so you can listen for those clues, and having flexibility. Lastly, one of the most important things about being a realtor is being honest and fair with everyone. You have to be honest about the properties that you're selling, you have to be trustworthy, and you have to be fair to all the people in the transaction. Sometimes that means telling people things that they don't want to hear. It means treating all people with respect, and it means admitting when you don't know the answer. The best thing is, though, you can always find it out. If you're interested in a career in real estate or you have any other questions for me, I'm going to leave my email address and my mailing address. So I'd love to hear from you and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. If you want to learn more about real estate, one good way to start is by picking up the local paper. You can see there's always advertisements in the paper about homes for sale. I always advertise on the back so you can even find my picture. Where am I? Right underneath here. You can read the descriptions and you can kind of visualize what that home might look like. Maybe pretend that you're buying a home and decide which home you would buy. Another way to learn about real estate is to get to know the streets in your neighborhood. Look at the street names, look at the street numbers. Also think about what makes each home special, what makes each home unique. If you have a desire to work with people and you have a desire to work hard for people and to never stop learning, you can have a great career in real estate. I hope that you've enjoyed learning about my job. And remember, no matter what you decide to do, you can do anything. Set your hopes high, and remember, as long as you work hard and work towards your dreams, you can achieve them. The world needs people just like you. Bye, students.